Hello, boys and girls, second grade writers. Today's Wednesday, October 7th, and today we're going to finish up the ending of your story. So hopefully you have been writing day by day and doing a little portion each day as you've been instructed. You've been using your show, not tell. You've been visualizing it in your mind and using those small actions to stretch out your story and stretch out the moment. You've been using lots of descriptive words, and if you're not sure, maybe leaving a space so you can come back and fill it in later. And hopefully you've been rereading your story as well. So this is a good time to reread your story and make sure that everything flows together so that we have it so that it makes sense to the reader. It makes sense to you first, and then it makes sense to the reader, and then we're going to put the ending on it. So I want to share the ending with you, and I know I've read this a couple times, but I am going to go to the middle events just to make sure it flows, and I hope you do the same thing. So before you write the next part, you should read the part that you've already written. Suddenly, we saw a van pull up and park in front of us. The driver, an older, nice-looking man, smiled at us. We knew he was there for us. As soon as he got out and opened the door, we all ran over to him. He opened the back of the van, and we got our first glimpse of our newest family member, Juniper Magnolia Crossland, our mini golden doodle puppy. Junie crouched with her head down by her front paws and her rear in the air. She wagged her tail, and it shook her whole body. Her fur was a reddish brown and looked as soft as cotton. Jordan gently put her hand toward Junie, and she licked her fingers. It looked like it was love at first sight for both of them. Taylor and I just laughed, beamed, and took pictures as we watched Jordan bond with her new puppy. Now here's the ending, and I've already written it, but it's going to flow right from there. So the last thing we did was we got the baby and we're watching Jordan. Now I jump to the next part, where I tell you what we did for the rest of the evening. We spent the rest of the evening getting to hold and play with Junie. She slept in the hotel bed right between Jordan and Taylor. She never even cried once. The next morning, we walked back to the airport to fly home with our newest family member. We boarded the plane, and she slept the whole way home. Jordan took her out of her crate and held Junie in her arms. The flight attendants oohed and awed over her. Taylor and I couldn't stop touching her and giving her love. Now, remember that when you're telling the events of the story, you have to choose what to write. You're not going to tell every little bit of it because you're only telling the important parts of the story. And the things that don't matter don't need to go in there. So honestly, this is a true story, Miss Crossland really did this, and we went and got the puppy. When we got the puppy, we landed in the airport, and then we went and we had food, and we took her for a walk, and we went to the grocery store, and we got some fruit and some water, and then we went back to the hotel. Those are a lot of things that we did, but they don't need to be in the story. So those are just extra stuff that happened, but you have to choose the important parts of what you're going to talk about and what makes the story move forward. Okay, so don't put everything in, but just the important parts that makes the story bit by bit, and it makes sense. Okay, so that's it for today. You're going to write the ending, do your very, very best work, really think about what you're doing, spend the time, and put your best effort forth. And I am so excited to see what you guys come up with. So have fun writing, and we'll see you next time.